So, hello all. So, I will discuss with you about insertion sort that we have discussed in the last class. So, I am making this something like what we say without any disturbance. I want to uh, go in a flow so that you can understand it much better rather than just discussing with somebody else like we done in the class. Okay, let's do it. So what exactly is an insertion sort? So insertion sort actually recommends you to insert a particular number in its own position. Why in its own position? For example, I have given you some list which is entirely unordered. So that was not arranged in either ascending order from small to big or either descending order from a large number to a small number. It's completely unordered, random arrangement of numbers in the list. So if that is the case, then you people have to sort it. So if you're trying to sort it, each number or the cup in this example will have its own position to be inserted. So this is where we look into insertion of those, how to move particular elements to its next positions. So here it's a very great thing, like in lists in Python, you will have a function called insert. But lists are of different arrangement in the memory. They're not like arrays. So in our case, even though we use lists, but we use lists in Python as sorting an array, which is in the form of a list in Python. So to sort an array, in lists actually you can move. For example, if I want to insert some number in between 3 and 8, I can just move 8, 5, 1, 6, 4, 7, and I can insert something in between. So that the total number of elements will become 9. So it will start with 0th index. Here you can follow my mouse and it will end at 8th index. But arrays are mostly static. You cannot expand it as you want if they are created in a static mode. So only one thing that you can do if you want to insert something in between, either you need to delete 3 or you need to delete 8 here and then insert in that position. So or you can move 8 to the 5 position, 5 to 1 and 1 to 6, 6 to 4 and 4 to 7 and delete 7 and insert something in between. So I hope you are understanding. So this is where the insertion takes place, and this is where you can move the elements to its next positions, as we have discussed in our previous classes. Now let's go into what is an insertion sort algorithm, and then we will also discuss each step, how it works in my code. So first of all, you need to note down few things. If you create a list of these random numbers, the first number should be considered as ordered sorted array. So because we take only one element, the one element will only be ordered or sorted. But we consider 3, 8, 5, 1, 6, 4, 7 as unordered. That is the reason I have kept a red bar. The blue bar indicates the ordered set of elements. The red bar indicates the unordered set of elements. Now let's come back to our algorithm. Now you understand that initially you have to set the border, the blue color, as ordered. So the next thing that you need to do is you need to keep your left hand, which is pointing to. Let us take as a original exercise, as if we are doing in a real world. So I have around 8 cups here. So 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the cups I have. Now I have my 2 hands pointing to the cups. So when you set your bar, blue bar, or we call it as a border to 0, so 9 will be considered only as the ordered one. And my left hand will point to that particular one. So wherever the border is, so border is actually at 0. So your left hand should be pointing at 0. And your right hand should always be left hand plus 1. So wherever your left hand is, the right hand should be set at left hand plus 1 position. So our positions are ready now. Let's do it with the algorithm. Now, how do you check it? The first thing that you do is, wherever the right hand is pointing to, that should be copied into the target. So I will copy that into the target. Remember, I cannot drag it here because I am working as if I am working in the memory. In memory, you cannot drag a value and keep it into the target position, because target is also a variable. It can be copied from this position to this position. That means a duplicate can exist, but still we have a target here, that is 3. What is the next thing that you can do? So first thing, set the border to 0, that is the first element, and wherever the border is, set the left hand to the border. And wherever the right hand is, set the left hand to the right hand plus, left hand plus 1 position. The right hand should be left hand plus 1 position. And now your target should be the element pointed by your right hand. Your target should be the element pointed by your right hand. So that's nothing but 3. Now you start iterating. So your left hand should be compared with whatever that is there in the target. Okay. So if this is the case, now compare. If the list is L containing 9, 3, 8, 5, 1, 6, 4, 7 cups. Okay. These are the different cups which are named after a number, and this is kept on a list called L. So compare in a list, the left hand is pointing to 9 now. So compare with it. So left-handed element, left hand pointing element, whether it is less than the target or not. If it is not less than the target, so that means your left hand pointed number is not less than the target in this case, because 9 is greater than 3. So what you do, you just have to go for keeping the left hand plus 1 is equal to the left hand. That means you need to understand whatever the left hand is pointing to, that is a 9, should be copied and shifted to. So because we are just trying to order it, and we are replacing 3 with 9. And after that, whatever the target that is there, you copy and paste it instead of this. Just you're trying to swap the target and the left value. So I hope you understand. So this is how you do it while comparing it. So I think you have two major conditions. When left hand is less than the target, you do something like the left hand plus 1 should be the target. So target will be transferred to the left hand plus 1. So they will stay as usual in this case. But because the left hand pointing number is greater than the target, you have done something like this. The left hand pointing number should be shifted to its left hand plus 1 position. So replacing the earlier value. and the target should be shifted to the left hand's position, replacing the earlier 9 with 3. I think now you understand that 3 and 9 are arranged in ascending order, whatever we like. So for descending, it will be reverse, quite reverse. But here in ascending, it is correct. So 3 and 9. So what you will do now? So you need to increase your border to 1. So this is how you have increased your border. And now what you do? The border is at 1. So the left hand should be equal to the border and right hand should be equal to left hand plus 1. Okay. So this is how I have arranged it. Again, the same thing I have followed. The left hand is equal to the border and the right hand is equal to the left hand plus 1. Now you think of what you need to. So by this time, you might have already got an idea about what to do. So again, keep the target is equal to the right hand. So whatever that is pointed to by the right hand should be equal to the target. So target will be having 8 element. Again, compare it, the left hand and the target. So naturally, the left hand is greater than the target. So what you need to do, copy the left hand and paste it into the left hand plus 1 position, replacing the previous value. The same thing I am telling, right? And now the next thing what you do, left hand is still having another position. So you need to remember that the left hand should go up to 0 every time. It should be minus minus. J is in a forward position and the left hand should be always starting at the border and going back to the -1 positions. So move your left hand to this, compare with this also. Again compare, the left hand is less than the target. Yes, correct. The left hand is less than the target, less than the target. So keep your target into the left hand plus 1 position. So your left hand plus 1 position, L of left hand plus 1 position will be equal to the target now. So I think just now we have arranged everything in order, right? Now increase your border because the left hand has nothing to go forward into -1 position because this is the last element. So increase your border to 2, right? And now keep the same thing, repeat the same thing. Left hand is equal to the border, right hand is equal to the left hand plus 1, and we have arranged everything done. Now them as actually ordered values. So 3, 8, 9 are ordered now. 5, 1, 6, 4, 7 are unordered. Do the same thing. The right hand should be target now. Sorry. The right hand pointed value should be the target now. So bring it, keep it here. What is the next step that you need to do? Start comparing left hand and the target. Yes, the left hand is greater than, the left hand pointed value is greater than the target value. Yes, so naturally what you do, whatever it might be, you copy this one, put it in its left hand plus 1 position. That's all. Next, decrease the left hand to its -1 position. Point the left hand to its left side. Go towards the left side, and right will go towards the right side. Left will always go towards the left side for every right side jump. Again, compare the left hand pointed value is greater than the target. Yes, it is greater. So what you do? Copy this one and paste it into the left hand plus 1 position. Yes, move the left hand again. What you do now? You again compare left hand with target, left hand pointed value with target. Yes, that's correct. So here you are stopping because it's the last element, and while comparing, the left hand pointed value is less than target. So what you do, you copy the target and then you replace 8 with the newly copied target value. I hope now you understand. By this time 3, 5, 8, 9 are ordered. Again, increase your border to this and set your left hand to the border and the right hand to the border, left hand plus 1. So this time this is the target because the right hand is pointing to. So set the right hand pointed value to the target. So whatever the previous value of target will be replaced with 1. Compare 9 and 1. No, the left hand pointed value is greater than the target. So what you need to do? Copy the left hand pointed value and put it instead of the right hand previous value. So copy the left hand value and put it into the position of left hand plus 1. Then move the left hand to the minus 1 position. Again compare. This time also the left hand pointed value is greater than the target. So you copy it and paste it in the left hand plus 1 position. Again down to the left side. So this also works the same. So copy it and paste it to the right side. And this also will be done in the same way. Again, left hand to the left position. This is the last position, of course. And comparing it, 3 is greater than 1, and hence put 3 there. And because it's the last position, you have nothing to do further. You can simply say that you can keep the one target here. Okay, so I will copy target and put it into this position. That's all. So now, until now, you understood a normal algorithm, right? So again, we need to increase the border. So before that, you have this 1, 3, 5, 8. Next, when the border is increased to 9, these are all ordered. 6, 4, 7 are unordered. So now what you do, let's go into the program and then we will try to explain it. Now in this program, you can understand that we can move this one, right? So, okay. From here we will start because the border is initially set to 0. Now we will continue with the program. So every time we are comparing it, right? So by the end of this, we are at this position. See my pointer pointing to. That means here in this case, we are increasing border is equal to border plus 1. So what I will do, my border is nothing but the blue one. So the border is equal to border plus 1. So your border is at 4. The next thing what I will do is compare whether the border value is less than length of L minus 1. So here the length of L is 8 and it is 7, right? The length of L minus 1 is 7. It is less than 7, right? Because the border value is 4. So I'll enter into the loop. So the left hand is equal to border. So I will set it like this. So my left hand will be equal to the border. And the next thing is that my right hand is equal to left hand plus 1. So I will set my right hand is equal to left hand plus 1 position. Okay. Now the target is equal to L of right hand. So whatever the element that is pointed to the right hand is my target now. Right. So I have kept 6 as my target. Now coming to the for loop. So I have kept my left hand from the border. That means it is already in the border's position. So I'm going towards minus values. That means I'm going towards decreasing. So 4, 3, 2, 1 indexes up to 0. So that is why I have used border comma -1 comma -1. So I will go up to 0 and in a -1 position, that means the left hand is going towards left side. Now enter into it. So we will compare now. L of left hand is less than the target. So L of left hand in the sense, whatever element that is pointed to by the left hand is compared with the target. Yes, L of left hand is not less than the target. So we will go on this else part. So what is there in the else part? L of left hand plus 1 is equal to the L of left hand. So I will copy this and I will paste it here. Next, what we have said, L of left hand is equal to the target. Okay, so your L of left hand is equal to the target. So the target will be equal to L of left hand. Of course, before that, because this is the last one that we are going through, because we need to break down. So you can now understand each step can be done. So again, your left hand will be minus minus. And check whether L of left hand is less than the target. The same thing, again it repeats. So until unless you come to that, you need to understand that you have to replace it with something else. So at what position you will replace is what we have discussed until now in this particular program. So I hope you understand. Based on the discussion that we have done in the class, you can go through this algorithm. And I also shown you how each line works in my code, which I have written here. And please try to do it as early as possible with your preparation. And all the best for insertion sort.